live in the poker room. And I'm host Pakman James. And today's my guest is Maserati Supa.
Peace.
Extraordinary producer, recording artist, security guard, and much, much more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's an honor. It's an honor, my brother.
Been waiting for this moment right here, man. I've been seeing you putting in work, so you've been doing this for a minute, Even when I was working security in Sunset at the Playhouse, we way overdue.
Way overdue.
Like, it seems like almost 3 years. Like something like that. About 3 years. So
about 3 years for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe more. We linked in through the CMC magazine. Mm-hmm. I started the magazine, and really we had wanted to start an internet radio station, me and my friends. Okay. But we didn't have the funds at the time to get all the equipment. Mm-hmm. We was brainstorming in the house, and I was like, man, let's work with what we got. Mm-hmm. So we started the CMC magazine page on Instagram and wanted to evolve into much, much more. And now we're here at the Poker Room Podcast on the KEN Cast Network.
Getting there, man. Getting there. I like it. And the location is it's the best location. It's like right. I guess you could say it's in the heart of Lafayette. You know what I mean?
Right.
So from what I see, this is nice.
We are the welcoming center, and we want people to feel welcoming. And when you stop off, you might be going to Baton Rouge. You'll stop off here, and maybe you'll get a pamphlet one day with the Poker Room with things that we do and let you know what's going on. For tourists.
Yeah, most definitely. And I definitely living in Lafayette. It's been 7 years now since I've moved here from Atlanta, and I feel at home now. The first couple years took a little getting used to it. I was different. The style, everything's different out here. The way people talk is different, But the food, amazing. The culture is amazing, Honestly, the way everybody cook out here, I wish I grew up out here. Because when I seen how my cousins do it with the black pot, I was like, man, nobody else does that, brother.
Nobody else does that?
Nobody. I've lived in North Carolina. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Baltimore, Maryland. Went crabbing in the Chesapeake Bay.
Okay.
As a young cat. But lived in Alaska too on the West Coast.
Anchorage.
Right, Anchorage and Wasilla. I actually played basketball with my best friend. Shout out to my boy Tom Creasy at Sarah Palin's parents' house, the Heaths. They lived in our neighborhood in Brentwood Estates.
Okay.
So mom put us in my mother's ex-military. So when she got out, she had a good civilian job out there. So put us in a nice neighborhood. Put me in a Christian school. I went to a private school, a couple years while I was in school, and it paid off wonderful. I was great surrounding. I couldn't have asked for a better upbringing. If I can go back in time, I'd do it again. I just do better at math, So
both of us.
I'm just saying, bro. I hate math.
But let's rewind to the beginning.
Yeah.
The day before Maserati Supa was born.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Way before that. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay. Well, Maserati, it was a Super Wayne before that.
Okay.
I was Super Wayne. Super Wayne came out when I was stationed in Korea. Just Super. Everybody would call me Soup, And I was just building my brand, young soldier. Just got out of doing some time. I got locked up for 6 months in a military confinement facility in Camp Humphreys.
Let's go way.
Oh, you're trying to go way back.
From the womb.
Oh, from the womb. We talking from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
From the womb to now.
Oh, from the womb to now. Okay. Let's take it back then. Lake Charles, Louisiana, 1986.
Lake Charles, the Chuck.
Yes, indeed. Sunlight Manor.
That's where my son was. He from there too.
Fisherville, right there.
Fisherville.
Yes, sir. So
by the Popeyes.
Yeah, right where the merry-go-round was still up there. I stayed up there. My cousin Kenny Boo, used to run Festival City back in those days. But his grandma raised me till I was about 4 or 5 years old. Rest in peace, Maine Jean, my grandmother's sister. But that upbringing, my mama got me out of there pretty quick. She joined the military when I was about, probably about 3. So she went to Desert Storm. She came back, got me. We moved to North Carolina, ended up to New York.
Fayetteville?
Yeah, Fayetteville for a brag. Seen a lot of air shows, good times.
Man, North Carolina's a slept-on state.
Ooh,
Beautiful state. Yeah. And if people don't hurry up, it's going to be kind of expensive.
Very.
It's like a hidden gem.
Yeah, it is.
Charlotte is exploding.
And there's a lot of land out there, man. People don't know how much land is out there in North Carolina. Like, there's a lot of land that is inherently to any natives of this country, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And people just don't know. All they got to do is be like, hey, match that up. Documentation. That's my last name. That's my great. That's
Right.
my land. Go get it.
Right.
But if you don't know, you don't know. So
And a lot of us don't know. We forgot.
No.
We don't even know our real name.
at all.
And I'm familiar with North Carolina. My uncle stayed a time in Durham,
Okay.
so we would visit. I'm familiar with North Carolina.
A lot of history in Durham. Ooh. Democratic and Republican.
Right. And Charlotte is becoming a tech savvy city.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I spoke on if people don't move there, it's going to be a cost of living
Mm-hmm.
influx like every other upcoming city. With a
Right.
boom.
Right. It affects outward, and it pushes people out and suppresses others. Then gentrification starts all over again. But we're not gonna go there.
Right. So proceed after
So
Fayetteville.
yeah, after Fayetteville, end up in New York, and then after New York, I was up in Newburgh, by the way. So that was a nice, lot of pizza, man. Pizza. I
Was
fell
that
in love with
upstate
pizza.
New York?
That's about 45 minutes from New York City.
Okay.
So
okay.
right now, so it's like about 30, So then we go to Baltimore after that.
That's a big change.
Yeah, PG County, Maryland.
Okay.
That's where basketball comes in. So our hooping out there. That's where guys like Durant, Michael Beasley, guys like that, they come out of that area. It's eat or get eaten.
Davies. East
Oh
too.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Went to Washington Marion like you, then went to Maryland.
Yeah. So, and him and Durant play AAU together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got that area just where basketball like became part of me, became part of my life. It was like basketball, baseball, basketball, taekwondo, you know what I'm saying? So I was always in the martial arts. Shout out to Bruce Lee. That's the GOAT. But his philosophies are incredible. But after Baltimore, we go to Alaska. Now, mind you, my whole upbringing, everything was all black schools. I get to Alaska, Anchorage, all black school. She's like, we're going to get a house in Wasilla. She gets out the military.
Now, was that shocking to see that in Anchorage? Did you have a different picture?
Let me take a sip.
Did you have a different picture of what Anchorage would have been?
I had no idea, man. I was 12, 13 years old. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just a kid, you know what I mean? And so, everybody in Anchorage has 5 black schools, and I'm seeing people that came out of that area that playing collegiate ball. Like we go to the Great Alaska Shootout, I see Trey Jelani playing for Duke, went to East Anchorage. Carlos Boozer went to Duke, went to Juneau High School. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you already got to influence that people from this state can excel to the next level. So as a young kid, it motivates you.
Right.
So
one question before you proceed about Anchorage. Moving from Fayetteville, Newburgh, Baltimore, and then to Anchorage, how did you feel like emotionally? Were you happy to move, or you had friends in this city and you didn't want to move?
It's tough because you make friends every base or any military installation that you go by. You build friends, and then you gotta leave. Then poof, they're gone. So a lot of those friends I was never able to speak to ever again. Except for my best friend who I met in Baltimore. He passed a little bit over a year ago in Atlanta, but he was the only one that I really kept in contact with over the years.
Okay.
So, but
I feel like all the kids are used to that who do that. So everyone probably has like a little bit of a wall up when they meet new people.
Yeah. And depends on the person, really. You know what I'm saying? You'll know, okay, eventually, your dad finna get stationed here. Like, it's coming, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you both, a lot of times you'll see situations where people just get stationed at the same time. Boom. And that's how he was. He got there maybe like 2 or 3 months before me. So we were there together the whole duration, while our parents were stationed in that area. So
I think that's a blessing because you have friends in different parts of the world, and you stay in contact. You never know who you'll need,
right,
and who can help you in a time of need.
Right.
So I think that's a plus to have friends, good life-wise friends, and
it's definitely a blessing.
I tell it to the kids now.
And you're safe on that base, man, because everybody knows it's not like a regular neighborhood. Somebody just gonna come abduct you. Like nobody in the face of the earth wants to deal with the military police, bro. You don't want the problems. So we were safe. We can walk around. This is before 9/11.
Okay.
Now when 9/11 happened, everything changed.
Well, we'll get there.
Oh,
we'll get there.
It happened when I was.
We don't want to skill. We don't want to skill. Let's get. We back to Anchorage.
Back to Anchorage, but like I said, Anchorage. I got involved with the youth center out there. Started playing ball more, playing in the youth leagues, and I was shorter, so I had a lot of point guard in me, and that PG County was in me. So I'm just, I'm fast. I'm just breaking ankles and dishing, and then I grew. We moved to Wasilla, and it affected me so bad, brother. And I can say this. I don't think many people know this about me at all, but the anxiety affected me so bad that I had to redo 8th grade.
Okay, I understand.
Like going from, it was a culture shock. A lot of kids didn't like me. They didn't like my style. And then their perception of a black kid, especially if you're coming from the Anchorage area or you're from the South, they wanted a little more thug out of me. Okay. And I wasn't raised by a thug. I wasn't raised to be a thug. Correct. I was raised by an educated, God-fearing black woman. You know what I'm saying? So.
And shout out to your mom.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's my OG. You know what I'm saying? I'm her all over again. I'm reincarnated. You know what I mean? It's a woman with a master's degree, a painter, you know what I'm saying, artist, just a talented woman, one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. But anyways, I don't want to get too far off track. But, yeah, when I got out there, it was tough. So I repeated 8th grade and, we got things back online, go to high school, whatever. But on the basketball court was where I took all my frustration and everything out. It was like I just let it go. And I was a conference player of the year for 3 years straight up there. So, it was nice. Shout out to my boy Mario Chalmers, play a lot of summer circuits together, like AU summer circuits, that's a good dude right there. Okay. And wish I could have transferred with him, but that was all black school back in Anchorage, Bartlett High School. My mom wasn't going for that. So she was like, nah, you're going to stay out here in the Valley. But it was good to see him excel and play for the Miami Heat and win championships with LeBron and D. Wade. Watch one of your colleagues, somebody that you're cool with, excel like that. That's a great thing, man. Like
Very great.
Oh, yeah. I love watching them from Kansas winning the national championship, beating Derrick Rose. Like, I was like, that's my boy right there.
He beat my boy. Derrick Rose, my boy.
I was, shoot. The only time I didn't like was when they played against my Mavericks. Other than that, it was all good. So I'm a Mavericks fan all day, every day.
Mario had that game winner was it to win the national championship for Kansas?
At 3.
Yeah, that 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that 3, y'all.
Sports head, but yeah, I said, as long as he ain't playing my Mavericks, I was good. My dad's side from Dallas. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Shout out to the Mavericks Nation.
Just a quick segue. Being a massive Mavericks fan, what is it about Dirk's fadeaway that was so deadly?
It's unorthodox, bro. You can't reach it. It's high arc, and he's already 6'11", and he's leaning back, and it's a patented move that he's had since he was a skinny rookie out of Germany at 18 years old, just lighting everybody up. And I told everybody he was going to be a problem. They're like, oh, that tall, blonde German dude. I'm like, okay, he different. And then the season started, and it was like, then the next season came, and it was like, all right, yeah, he that dude. Kobe respect him, so all right then. If Kobe respects you, you're a monster. And that's the GOAT.
Yeah.
If Kobe don't like nobody.
R.I.P. to the mama.
Nobody. And when I get on that court, I don't like you. I'm here to destroy you, take your heart, rip it out. When Dirk was playing, he would actually get up and be like, like that was nasty. But he respect Dirk. Dirk had that drive. When you got that killer instinct in you, it's in you. And another killer's going to see it and be like, yeah, I'm cool with him. You know what I'm saying? I like that. He nice. You know what I mean? Killers respect killers. We don't respect you. Get out the way, man. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Get out the way. But it definitely, Alaska created a competitive drive in me, that carried on into the military. Because after Alaska, I went on to the military. I didn't really have the grades to do the D1. The D1, I had more D2 and D3 offers, and my pride, I let my pride get the best of me, and that's what became the downfall of what could have been any collegiate career that I had.
Something great.
Yeah, and I got in trouble in Lake Charles, too.
At the same time?
Well,
you left Anchorage to get more sun.
So I go to play at McNeese State.
Okay, you're a cowboy.
Yeah.
Back to Sunlight Manor?
Around that area. Staying at my mom's house. Yeah, staying at my mom's house. Okay. And I go
Catching
out.
Fest City, because you spoke about Fest City.
I'm in Fest City. I'm in Fest City when the situation happened.
Oh, legendary Fest City.
Yeah, man. Somebody that I used to see at the gym all the time in Gosport. I'm not gonna mention any names. I'm not a snitch.
No, that's not.
But
That's not what we're here for.
but he did me dirty, bro. I used to dog him out in the gym. I mean, I used to rip him apart. I had a little pro-am tournament, ripped him apart. I mean, just like, you know. And everybody's like, "Oh man, why you doing that? Because he light skinned." Like, no, it ain't even that. I'm black as an ace of spade, he yellow as a crayon. You know what I'm saying? I was out there dogging him. So I see him in Festival City, and the people he was with, it let me know what type of person he was. And I'm 19 years old, you know, and I'm in the National Guard, so no matter what I do, college can get paid for or whatever. I have a backing for educational purposes, you know what I'm saying? So that was the plan. No matter what, I'm going to go to college. I just try out for a team, whatever, you know, I had a plan. So my plan is going good. It's about to go into fruition. Not good with coach. Everything's good. All you got to do is just walk on. Cool. You're going to red shirt it out. Bet.
At McNeese, right?
At McNeese. Next thing you know, I go out and I see CJ. Oh, I said his name. Nobody knows his name. Don't matter. See that dude, and he asked me, "Hey man, you been chilling with my baby mama?" And I'm like, "Baby mama, I don't even know nobody's baby mama."
Not to mention that you're from Fisherville.
Right,
He's from
from
Gosport.
I'm
It's
not
kind of a
thinking.
little.
He know who all my
animosity.
people is,
Yeah.
and he know I'm the green dude. I'm green. I'm blind to everything going on. I don't know. You know, my cousin run it. He run it.
Mm-hmm.
He run it. They run the city. So he like, if that's your people, I can get at him by hurting you, beloved little cousin. You know, trying to come play ball at home back. You know, yeah. And he asked me again about 10 minutes later. Hey man, you sure you ain't the one talking to my baby? I'm like, bro, I ain't know you had a baby mom. Like, what you talking about, man? Sober. I ain't drinking nothing. Everybody else drinking beer. And then the dumb part of me, the curious George in me, don't know no better and wasn't raised around this environment part of me, gonna be dumb enough when I come from the bathroom. Hey man, what was you talking about? Da, 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 da. And he ignored me. Next you know, I woke up 15 minutes later.
15 minutes later?
A whole fight broke out. 7 people got shot. It was a BG concert that night.
Well, you know, Fest City is legendary for all those type of shenanigans.
I mean, that wasn't my problem. I was protected. I'm mob tied in. I don't have them issues. You know what I mean? I'm such and such people. Like, I'm good, and I don't bother nobody. I wasn't messing with nobody at the time. Like, I'm new. I don't even know none of them girls. Scared to talk to them. Don't even know how to talk to them. Proper as anything. I mean, proper, bro. Proper.
I understand.
They used to call me white boy. Like, that proper.
And you know, that's
yeah,
a shame, man. What's wrong with
it's
people
crazy,
speaking proper
bro.
English?
It's a penalty for having an educated vocabulary. Isn't that crazy?
Very crazy.
But in the black community, it's crazy. But, you know, I love it. You know what I'm saying? My woman loves me for it to this day, so it's all good. But anyway, yeah, man, it was bad. Knocking me out cold, man. And some of his people got dealt with. And when that happened, moms came down the next day.
I was going to ask you, you know, how did your mom take that?
Brother, and 2 weeks after that, I was on a plane to Germany.
You're out of Lake Charles. You're gone.
A week, actually.
Berlin.
He's not just out of Lake Charles. He's out the country.
I'm out of the country, bro.
Yeah, he's out the country.
Moms, man, look, moms got pulled, bro. Right. I went to a recruiter, not a recruiter, somebody, a sergeant came and got me, took me to Houston. They're like, all right, where you want to go, Germany or Korea? And I'm like, I want to go to Fort Hood, Texas, because, you know, my dad from Texas, and, you know, that's where I spend my summers. I got little sisters on my dad's side, cousins, you know. Shout out to Pleasant Grove.
Shout out to Pleasant Grove.
214.
Grove.
Yes, sir. PG. Greedy Grove. Got a tat on my arm. But, you know, that's where I wanted to go. I want to be close to my sisters. And, you know, I'm big brother. You know, I'm their oldest. And I couldn't do that. So, for me, it was like, where should I go, Sar? He's like, man, you need to go to Germany. And I'm like, why? He's like, you need to go to Germany. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I put Germany on there. All right, Mom, I'm going to Germany. So my dumbest mistake was I want to say 2 days before I left to go to Germany, I watched that movie Hostel.
Okay.
It was in the movies. That movie's filmed in Europe. So when I get to Germany, all the buildings look like, bro, I was terrified, bro. Like, I'm like, man, y'all seen that movie House? And they're like, yeah, like, don't all these buildings look like, bro, you know, bro, I'm 19 years old. I'm in another country. I get to Frankfurt. I land in the airport. It's like signs everywhere, different. I mean, I'm hearing 18 different languages coming through the intercom, from French, Spanish, Portuguese, anything in India, Vietnamese, Chinese, Jap. It would just switch off. I'm just like, oh, my anxiety was going crazy. I had to really get myself together. And my boy was like, hey, man, breathe, man. You good? He's like, where you going? Like, I was like, I don't even know. My hands are shaking. So they had to get me together, man. I was nervous. But when I got to my unit, by the grace of the Most High, the great I Am himself, I ran into one of my brothers that I went to AIT, which is school you go to after basic training. Okay. And I didn't think I'd ever see my boy Montrell Dillingham again. And I just happened to be, a PlayStation gamer at the time, walking through the PX, and got a dime to my name, brand new military star card, which is the credit card you get when you get there. So I got about $700-800 of credit to my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
and which PlayStation this was?
This was the PlayStation 2 at the time.
Okay.
So this is 2006. This is 2006. And, when I get there, they just getting out the field. So everybody ready to go party. And I'm on a restriction. I can't go
after 9/11.
Oh, yeah, that's way after 9/11. Mm-hmm. 6 years after 9/11. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I see tanks coming in and all that. I'm like, dang, bro, where I'm at? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know where you at, bro. This is what you train for. Get it in. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to accept that. But it was like I called my mama. I said, Mom, guess what I just ran into? I ran into Dillingham and the PX and da-da-da. She said, oh, that's great. She knew I was my boy from AIT and everything. So, all right, cool. They took me out that night. Never drank alcohol a day in my life. I tried beer, thought it was disgusting. Went to high school parties, tried it. I hate the taste of it. I thought alcohol tastes good. I don't know how my stepdad was getting drunk off this. I don't know. I was a little jit. I'm like, how? But, bruh, I said, give me something that make me feel good. I need to taste good. Girl got me a Sex on the Beach. Once I put that first cup of alcohol in me, it was a month before I called my mama again. We went hard for a month straight. Now, all those parties that we did before we deployed to Iraq for 15 months of hell too, bro. 15 months of hell. That is like all that stuff I be talking about when I'm rapping, when I'm popping bottles, I'm doing this. And we was popping bottles for popping bottles was cool. We was bringing Young Jock to Germany. You know what I'm saying? That era, like we were flying them in to come to Würzburg and perform. Like it was serious, bro. Yeah, I was around people that was making moves, but they were soldiers. But I'm the young homie, young fiery one, but young homie. It was a soldiers fight. Oh, we get it in. So unit versus unit, it's like a gang. It happens. We're men. Alcohol is involved. Women, it happens. Right. So, but at the same time, I'm learning various styles of martial arts. Doing boxing training, Krav Maga, you know what I'm saying, which I'm pretty good at to this day.
Explain, what is that?
Krav Maga means combat fighting in Hebrew. Okay. It's originally from the Palestine area, as they say. But I think it goes deeper than that. But is the most, it's not a martial art per se, it's a self-defense system, a combat fighting system, not self-defense. It's a combat fighting system that has a 360 style defense where I'm here, so I can block a knife, I can block something high, I can block a haymaker, whatever. You got fighters that can box, you got fighters that might kick you. It's designed to block everything and then take you to the ground and destroy it. There's no rules. There's no, you can't kick them. This fighting style has this, or MMA has rules, or I've trained in Muay Thai. Muay Thai has rules. You can't do things. You can't headbutt in Muay Thai, but you can't let the way. In Krav Maga, I can do whatever I want to do with you. It's just the way it is. So right. Because it's made to fight in a war. I'm fighting against another soldier who has one thing to take my life. So I have to know something that'll make sure that you don't take my life. Correct. That's Krav Maga. So when we go into Baghdad, and I
might need to give a class on that.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm a student. I'm a white belt for life.
You a white belt?
I started at judo when I was 4. As I said, people, some have tried out here and they failed miserably. They know who they are, but I like to be a square and just put your hands on me. I can roll back these sleeves, take off this watch, take off these glasses, if that's what you want. But I'm a man of peace, and because I've seen death, I've seen chaos, in my deployments. I've seen little boys 13, 14 with AKs, ready to just die in the name of Allah because they've been mind screwed by some sick bastard that took them out their mom's house and started fucking them and mind screwed them and turned them into a slave with a gun. Yeah, that's what we fighting against.
Right.
And we're not even supposed to be over there. I can say that now. We're not even supposed to be. What threat were they really to us? Let's just keep it real.
Who?
People were fighting in Iraq.
Okay.
Al-Qaeda.
What was it really about? If
Resources.
you don't mind sharing.
Resources. I'll take it to a deeper level. It's all about resources and control. You know, that's just Iraq. You know, that any place that it wasn't with the central bank getting put in there, they got knocked off. Saddam wanted to do his own thing. No. You gonna comply? He's like, no, I'm not. Okay. All right. We're gonna come in there and get you, and we're gonna get that oil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they want it, they gonna get it because it's got this country, all working together versus you. So they're gonna send this country's forces, this country's forces, this country's. When I was in Iraq, I had Sudan's forces, I had NATO forces, I had Australian forces, I had British forces, I had South Korean special force. I had all these different countries' forces in one country. Why are we here?
And that's NATO, right? They're all with NATO.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's unified. It's unified. Same people that signed the Antarctic Treaty. I'm not going to go there, though. Yeah. Not going to go there, though.
We're gonna get there. But let's after Young Jock in Frankfurt.
Man. I'll spin off the rails if you let me, bro.
We're gonna get back on track, though.
Oh, yeah, man. It's all. That's the beautiful thing about podcasts. You just run it.
Well, real quick, do you see any parallels between, you being sent over to Iraq and what we were doing over there, kind of world policing, to what's going on now with Ukraine, Russia, and NATO stepping forward? And
well, Ukraine and Russia situation is a little more complex because that land of Ukraine was once part of the USSR. Mm-hmm. So it's like he's in his feelings because he's like, you were once part of us. And they're like, we don't want nothing to do with y'all. We're free now. Let us be our own people. And people's like, no, I want to be a dictator. And now nobody in this country even likes him. So,
But it's like in 2014, the U.S. installed like a coup in Russia, in Ukraine and whatnot, got kind of Zelensky there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then like NATO just kept pushing forward with defense missiles and whatnot, a little closer to Russia's border, and then Putin's like, hey, y'all relax a little bit. Be the same thing if Russia or China or something put missiles in Mexico right by us.
Right.
So that's kind of like there's really no right or wrong thing right now.
You're right.
But just based off of like your experience, I don't like the idea of sending money to a war that we had nothing to do with.
That's what war is about. They're about making money. That's how they make money. World War I, World War II. I mean, read Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike, and he'll tell you every reason why he talked about the wars in 1885 and literally put World War I and had the word Nazi in there. I'm like, maybe I need to research the word Nazi. And then that took me down another rabbit hole. But that's deep. The word Nazi is actually in the Bible. It's part of a people called Ashkenazi Jews. Just throwing that out there. Shout out to Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kyrie just announced that he wants to trade from Brooklyn.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
And this will be dropped a little bit after the trade deadline and whatnot, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that just came through the wire.
He waited.
Well, not to swing off a basketball. I'm a little under the weather because of Lamar Jackson, man.
Oh.
He wants to go.
Oh, man. You hurting, huh?
Yeah. I'm hurting. I heard the Saints or the Seahawks. Did you guys hear that? Or
who knows? Right now, it's a bunch of Derek Carr talk for the Saints, and I'm not really feeling that. Honestly, like I've said before, I said it on your podcast, I want to tank for a full year. We had great success with the Sean and Drew era, unparalleled success in relation to Saints history. Yeah. Let's suck for a little bit, tank for Caleb Williams from USC. Yeah, rebuild. It happens. It's it's part of the circular nature of NFL, and you just gotta let it happen.
That's true. Part of the process.
But yeah, you're screwed.
Well, I got Humphrey. Hump is gonna do his job. He showed me he can play.
I saw Huntley made the Pro Bowl. How?
Uh-oh.
Is that many people injured?
Pull out the stats.
Huntley he can get the job done. He's no Lamar, but he can get the job done.
The crowd wants a Lamar. Once you get used to that type of flair and And then, it's like, now we got to deal with this. All right.
Is it okay for me to leave since Lamar's gone? But I've been a Baltimore Ravens fan before Lamar.
Then you can't leave, bro.
I can't.
If Luka tore his ACL, am I supposed to start watching the Rockets play? All right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rain, sleet, or snow. And my Mavericks went through it. We've lost 3 games up on the Heat. I watched this in the finals lose, bro. Do you know what it was like for me to sit there and watch them boys lose to the Miami Heat after being up 3-0? Like, I put money on it. I was like, oh, we got the next game, man. I put a stack on it, boy, and lost it. Double or nothing. But when we got the Miami Heat back in 2011, I was in Afghanistan and some officers. And I knew we was going to win. We were a whole different team. We were a system. The chemistry was there. I was like.
Was Mario on that 2011 Miami team? Are you talking shit?
Yep. Show him. Mario know I'm a clamp god. I can back my talk up on the court.
Now, we spoke about the USSR. Mm. What are most of the countries in the USSR? Where were? I know Armenia was one.
That's a good one. I never really looked into all the countries involved. I just looked at them as a whole.
As a whole.
You know what I'm saying? So I never really got into, maybe really get in documentary mode now. So I looked at the Stalins and all those guys. It's a lot of dictatorship just from one asshole to the next. And once you see it's just a pattern that's like, oh, y'all just trying to top the last one and do it your own way. I was like, I'm done reading.
Here's a graphic for you.
There it is, right there.
There we go.
Armenia, Ukraine, Moldova, Latvia, Russia, Lithuania.
How many departed?
That's a good question. Kazakhstan. I've been to Kazakhstan. I've been to Manus, Kazakhstan.
How is it?
Cold. I got back from Afghanistan and we ready to go home, bro. It was cold in Afghanistan. Don't get twisted. We get to Manus, bro. It's negative 30. And they like, I need 30 soldiers for a detail to get these bags off the plane. He was like, Jenkins, hey, high speed, I need you. Shake back, who? Let's go. Get. I'm like, God damn, boy, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I just want to go to bed.
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. Can I go to sleep? We done. Our deployment is done. You got all these people that's finna go to make them do it.
Do you think the Army believe in sleep when you're dead?
No. That's why I couldn't sleep when I got out. I had insomnia so bad. That's why I fell in love with gaming. I couldn't sleep. I got to do something. I ain't gonna sit up and take these pills the VA trying to give me.
Right.
That made me go to sleep, but I like to sleep naturally.
Right.
So I had to find ways in my brain to just get it. I suffer from a traumatic brain injury and PTSD, medically diagnosed, bipolar depression, so, man, I'm a disabled veteran. A lot of people don't know that. Some people know. If you look at my license tag, my license plate, you'll see it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
I don't hide it. If you ask, I'll tell you. So, for me, it's like dealing with all those different, I guess you'd say, mental disabilities. I see everything as a challenge. It's like, it's like a game of basketball to me. Some players, you just going to have to back them down in the paint and spin and pump fake and go around. Like, you're going to have to beat every defender differently, and that's how I look at life. Sometimes you just, all right, let me pick this ball back up and come back in. I'm going to try it again, like a boxing match. He might knock me down. I'm knocked down. I'm going to get back up. Because my mother never let me quit. She didn't raise a quitter, but there's times where I wanted to quit, tried to quit. She wouldn't let me. So, I just kept going, just kept going, kept pushing forward,
When did you decide to engage with the mic?
Well, the mic, like I said, that started in Korea after I got locked up when I was in Seoul, going Gangnam style. The Harlem district out there. We was a lot of partying going on, and my boy IB, shout out to my boy IB, he's from Boja City.
Okay.
And he did music, and he would bring, I was special operations, so we didn't have barracks. We had like BEQs, like old 1980s housing units, and that's where we stayed. So it was no rules, no signing. It's lit, you know what I'm saying? It was, my spot was the way, building 4416. 4461. I still remember it. 44 is my number, so it's just that number follows me everywhere. It's my high school basketball number, my building number is 44. I'm like, what in the world? Still don't know what that means. Numbers, bro. It's deep. So, he would hang up the mic and just start rapping. So when I got out doing my 6 months for aggravated assault on 3 idiots that tried to jump me, and I didn't snitch on my homeboys that came outside and shut this shit down, Did my time.
And where you were at the time?
Korea.
Oh, God. Jeez.
Man, that shit made the Army times, bro. Like, I almost thought about going AWOL and just running away. My mom was like, boy, you better not run. You better take that to the chin.
Right.
And I took it to the chin. And it was the best thing I ever did because I started writing crazy when I was in there. Music was always a part of me. I would joke around it when I was a kid. You know, my homies, you know, make keyboard and doing this and press record on the radio at the end of the song for the instrumental so you could take that and turn that to your instrumental. I did all that. You know, it was always a part of me. Sung in the choir. You know, grew up in the church. Mom's evangelist minister, stepdad a deacon. So music was always a part of me. It was just actually using it as an outlet for my psychological. That's where I had to learn it, you know, when I was locked up, just writing it. I didn't have an instrumental. I'm listening to Maxwell Pretty Wings on the radio 15 times over that little retarded AF Armed Forces Network station, and I would just speed up the beat in my head, and I would start writing. So when I get out, it's like, all right.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. Y'all had your own radio station?
FN, we have our own network. Armed Forces
have
network.
a DJ in their own network?
No, but they just play songs. Like songs that are hot at that time, or they just play rock,
a playlist.
Soft rock. Yeah, like a playlist. So anytime some rap would come on.
Who's in control of pressing play on that playlist?
Some DJ in the uniform somewhere.
Robin Williams?
Probably. Just Doubtfire, I don't know.
That's a good question, man. If you can get played on the Army network.
They don't do it like that.
Nah,
they don't care about no soldier trying to rap. Man. Like, nah.
So did they have like disc jockeys like Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam? Like,
I'm pretty sure they did back in those days. But soldiers needed music. They needed morale, you know. So I'm pretty sure he was based off of somebody with rank in that one unit that did absolutely nothing, and he had time to do that. But an officer can do that. A soldier, hell no. Get your hands out there in the woods and fight. But an officer, yeah, you can get away with that.
So real quick, how does that work? You're stationed in Seoul, and you get in some trouble, and you get locked up. Are you locked up by the U.S. military, or is it by the Korean?
I got court-martialed. But since you're in Korea, you go off of, man, I forgot the terminology. It's been that long. But they have, I can't say NATO, but I think it's like SOFA or something like that. But they have their own agreements that you have to go by as a U.S. citizen in that country. And since they had the whole thing on the camera, like their issue with me was like, this guy's a cook, this guy's a fueler, and this guy works in the warehouse, and you're a special operations soldier that jumps out of airplanes. You could have stopped fighting. And I blacked out. But I had something in my medical paperwork that I blacked out. That's what saved me from getting sent to Leavenworth.
Okay, I heard
and
that.
I had a lawyer. He came all the way from Walter Reed in D.C. I had to pay like the rest of my deployment money. And I came back from Iraq with 40 bands in my pocket, bro. 21 years old. No children, no payments, no car note, just money and a bonus on top of that. So the rest of my money, I threw in that lawyer. I was like, here.
Better than Leavenworth.
What? Way better.
And I still had to take a plea deal because I didn't snitch. They wanted the names of my homeboys that came outside it. Like, by myself, one guy had a fractured jaw, orbital bone was cracked, but I elbowed him, literally. Like, I mean, just boom, caught him nice. The other guy, he had burns on the side of his neck because he went to like a little food stand and stuff, and where they cooked the chicken on the stick and the chicken nuggets. Yeah, the thing tipped over and burned the side. He had degree burns all down the side. And they're like, you did all that? Like, I don't remember. What you talking about? I don't remember. They interrogated me for 8 hours.
I blacked out.
Yeah, I blacked out. And I'm telling them, like, you know, they're like, this is you. And I'm like, this your MySpace? Yeah, MySpace. This your MySpace? This you with the Superman chain? The big old Superman chain, bro. You couldn't miss it. Never broke. I whooped a lot of people's ass with that chain. That chain never broke. People tried to grab it. Bro, it was bad. I used to fight a lot, bro, because when you grow up, like your teenage years is what makes you, is your personality. It like forms it before you go to college or get out into the workforce as a young 20-year-old. My teenage years was around white people. Let's just be real. It was around white people. So if I'm already a proper talking kid and I join the military, and I'm around people from niggas from Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, Detroit, Michigan, some of them are going to think I'm a square. So they're not going to like you. They're not going to like the fact that you making girls laugh, that you goofy. They're going to tell you to shut your bitch ass up. Now it's like, well, show me how much of a bitch I am. Fights. My mouth, using my intellect, my extensive vocabulary got me in so many fights, but it got to the point to where psychologically I started liking it. I looked forward to it. I thought, oh, they finna get it in. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Hey, bro, y'all need it. Oh, make it chill. And I just go in there and just, but that's it was my outlet. And then when I got locked up, slap on the wrist, took all my rank. All my rank. I had to get my rank back. They took all my rank.
If
bro.
you could rewind it and go back, would you still go to war or would you work in the kitchen?
If I would have joined the Air Force, bro, I used to talk to this girl that worked at the Air Force base in Osan, and her job was to work at a hotel. That was her Air Force job, hotel management. If I would have known that existed, my junior year of high school, I would have found whatever tutor I could to get my math grades right. But you got to be smart to get in the Air Force. You got to have them scores right to get in the Air Force. They don't want no dummies. They don't want no dummies, dog. Not saying anybody in the Army, Marine Corps is dumb, but your scores got to be up here. Like I would have did that and just got out and been like some manager of the Marriott by the time I was 26. You get what I'm saying? With 2 deployments under my belt. You know what I mean? Like I would have did it differently. There's so many ways to make money, but it's just how you start that path and what seeds you plant along the way is what affects what's going to happen in the long run. I didn't invest money like I was supposed to. I would have did so much more different. I blew thousands of dollars. Bought a Range Rover when I was 25, cutting up.
Just living life.
Living life. I mean, I don't take it back, but I live my life. It's like it was materialistic though, knowing what I know now.
Right.
That's part of life. But back to the music side though, like I said, when I got out, shout out to my boy IB. He got that Drake, I'm on one.
Okay.
And I I wrote to it. And I got drunk, like real drunk one night. Like drunk.
Tore up,
bro. And I woke up. And the clubs in Korea go till 6, 7 in the morning. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I hear that I'm on one. And then I hear, they call me Big Supa. And I'm just like, is that me rapping? And I see everybody in there just, they looking at me like, and I'm just waking up like, I'm like, what time is it, man? Where's my phone? I got my phone. You know, so all my people's there, so ain't nobody touch me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, dang, that's me rapping. I'm like, that sounds good. Kept rapping. Started doing more. The confidence wasn't there. So then I leave from there. I go to Tennessee.
Okay.
Now we in Clarksville.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
24 years old. Just turned 24 years old. And I meet a group of guys that were, besides my boy Love, most of them were some troublemakers. Soldiers that always got in trouble. Privates. Okay. You run a PFC or E4, so something going wrong. You doing something not right. You know what I mean? But I didn't care. We wanted to make music. You know, a couple other guys was cool. You know, but a lot of those guys really turned me into the monster that I am now. Those guys who were doubting me, always picking at me, nitpicking at me, and got some things with someone trying to get at the baby moms and all that, you know, all that drama that comes with it. And the funny part about all that, you know, while we was doing music, it's like I'm networking with everybody in Clarksville, everybody from my boy Mike, to all the DJs, DJ C Wizzle, everybody, my boy Greedy with the Element Group. Shout out to him, that's OG. You know, everybody that had a platform, a studio. Shout out to my boy K9. Cool white dude. I would never. The Range Rover that I was driving used to be Jelly Rolls. The white rapper?
Yeah.
That was Jelly Rolls Range Rover. That black Range Rover, that's Jelly Rolls. I'm driving Jelly Rolls Range Rover. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
And Jelly Roll in Tennessee,
right.
He's God. He is God.
Still like, to this day?
He that dude. Right. You're not fucking with Jelly Roll. You're not fucking with Jelly Roll. Like, bro, you got a whole open field, bro. Just number white people. Open field. That's his show. And they paid to get in there. Independent money. You know what I mean? Like when you control your masters, you can get it how you want. So, you know, I'm seeing people like, you know, really getting it in. But that group, they BSing. So I deployed to Afghanistan. They're in real detachment. They stand back. Now they doing goofy stuff. Y'all supposed to be performing. I'm putting you on, we don't need them plugs. We can do this ourselves. But you're doing it at a venue where nobody goes to. You wasting time. That's all right. And then the drama starts, and then, so this person doing this, and this person's talking to her, and then I'm going to speak freely. It happened. This person talking to you, baby mom, calls me and tells me that. Then when I get in his ass about it, he disses me on the song. I'm like,
And these
Bro,
are
I'm in
guys
a
you
war.
started with?
Yeah, I'm in a war. And you calling me, telling me I'm leaving my lady. Get with your baby mama.
So he called you on the phone?
Bro, he called me on the phone, bro. My Roshan phone. I put that on my daughter. It really happened. And I was so shocked because I'm in the middle of a war. I got more important things to be dealing with.
Right.
So it's like, then when it actually hit me after I got out the child hall, and I'm like, did that man really just call me? And I just went off on Facebook. I'm losing my mind and stuff, going crazy. And I was already thrown off anyway, so it didn't help.
How did those circumstances affect your
Oh, you about to see.
your actions at war?
Oh, that didn't bother me.
Your mind was still on the main task.
I'm still on the mission.
Okay.
The mission is the mission. You can't deter me from that.
Okay.
I can see if my mother had passed away, and then I'm going to go home on arm. No, they give you leave because you're not focused. You lose your mama. You're yell at me right now and maybe do some push-ups when my mama just passed away. We fighting. Furniture movement. I don't care about no push-ups, no military. You know what I'm saying? I need to go home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See my grandma. You know what I'm saying? See how she doing, But in the military, they have their moments where they give you leisure for things. But when he dissed me, though, it really set a fire under me. And I was like, oh, y'all think this a game. I'm still that kid that came up in New York, still trying to find an identity because I used to watch boys battle rap out there. Battle rapping was my basis. That was my form of identity. I just look at you, okay, your jacket, all right, cool, and I just go from there. Whatever. Whatever you had on, I would just start rhyming from there. So it was with me, I need to go back to the basics with this. And when I got back, I ran into my boy Preem. That's my dog from the upstate New York. Monster. You think Dave East is nice?
Hold on. So he called you and said, your baby mama is for me.
He's stuck on that one.
Yeah. He called you and said, hey, homie, what's going on, man? By the way, I took your baby mama. Don't worry about it.
No. I'm leaving my wife to go be with your baby mama. Now, it didn't actually happen.
Okay.
So on that side, that never happened. You just making it up. So I'm going to make up somebody telling me, hey, I need to talk to you. And I actually called him off my Roshan phone. He hit me up on Facebook hey, call me. I need to talk to you about something. And he talked to me like a man.
Right.
So I'm not going to be mad at you because you came at me like a man.
Right.
I done heard some rumors already. But you coming at me like a man. I'm good with that. But when that PTSD side of me kicked in, when I got off that evening, I was you saw,
yeah,
what?
What he was thinking? Come on now.
Me? And then his wife started clowning me, oh, your daughter gonna be this and this. And my daughter wasn't even born yet. She was still in the womb.
His wife started clowning you? Man.
So you gotta understand, all this fueled me, bro. When I came back, he dissed me and everything. Oh, you trying to say that I was this and this. And I was like, I'm gonna destroy this dude limb from limb when I get back. With my hands and on the pen and pad. We're not gonna talk about other stuff. I don't want to incriminate myself. But when I got back, I dropped a mixtape.
Hold on. But still, after you found this out, what did your baby mama say when you confronted her?
She was like, nah, ain't nothing going on. She's like, ain't nothing going on, Ain't nothing going on.
So he was lusted in his mind.
Yeah, man. He was crazy about her. He was infatuated with her. And I understood it, but I was still mad at her. I mean, I'm in a war. I'm gonna be mad at somebody. I'm mad at everybody. And I'm already got issues. I ain't, I'm still damaged from the first war.
Right.
No psychiatric help, just a bottle of alcohol. Okay. So, I was already down.
Scotch or what? What type of alcohol?
Oh, at that time, I was on Clear.
Okay.
It was all about Clear in my younger 20s. I don't drink Clear now unless my girl with me. Okay. I just brown made me climb and some wine or something, some bubbly,
Right.
But that Clear, I was on Grey Goose, Belvedere, tequila, soju over there in Korea. We got that soju over there. It tastes like Kool-Aid. Bruh. Yeah. But alcohol was definitely a bad influence on me at that time. And I made a lot of rational decisions, bro. If I can go back and just do some of the things that I did during that time, I would have definitely did some things different. But everything happens for a reason, and people's true colors always come out, no matter what the situation is. You're gonna get a glimpse. God gonna be like, look, that's who that person really is. Up to you to figure it out and take that as a sign.
Look, I believe that. Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe that.
It's
that's
up to
true.
you.
That's
You
true.
might not take it the first
I
sign.
believe that.
You might take the fourth or fifth. Or might take the second or third. But I seen that, my boy Preem was like, yo, these dudes ain't for you. These dudes not for you. They against you. Some of them cool, like Caesar, my boy Love, you know what I'm saying? T-Rud, they was cool, but the rest of them, it seemed like they was on some, and shout out to my boy Gator, because I didn't want them to corrupt him. Like, he was a youngster from Clarksville. He was 19 years old at the time. A young, monster. If I let you hear his music, bro, you can be like, you're going to make a stink face, like, monster. And I didn't want them to corrupt him. They wanted to use him.
Okay. He's
from Clarksville. And I'm taking him around everybody that's popping in Clarksville. Hey, this such and such, he's from over here, take him under your wing and stuff, So when I leave, but they were trying to do that. So I could see it, so I just kind of fell back from the group a little bit, you know what I'm saying, completely, and started doing my own thing. Because I was like, I'm about to diss all of y'all anyway. So, like, except for my young homie Gator, of course. But the rest of them, I was, and, I went through a tough period during that year, getting back. My daughter moved away from me. Her and her mom had to move to Louisville from that Nashville area, and that really fucked with me.
Not too far, though.
3 hours away. And,
far enough.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I had my first son, right? My oldest. I haven't seen him in 8 years. Mom's a devil. So you have that situation, child support, charging you like you still deployed.
Yeah.
$778 a month for one child. And then she like, well, she get you for that one. Well, let me get you for $619. Boom. So she put that in. And I'm just like, and then she moved to Louisville, and it's like, hold on, how you gonna put me on child support for $619 a month when I'm fighting this case with every penny I got? Then you move away. So I got this one saying, come see your child. This one saying, come see your daughter. Both of them taking my money. How am I gonna come see you? But you mad that I'm in the club having a drink. What the fuck I'm supposed to do?
Right.
I can't afford to get to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do? I'm going to live my motherfucking life. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life. That's what I'm going to do. And I live my life. I just, but I made a rash, and I got married. The dumbest decision I had ever made at that time. But that's when I knew I needed some help, but I didn't go get it. I would just keep drinking. And, making an irrational decision, getting married when you're young, 25 years old, not knowing, you don't even really know the person you married, you just knew each other out of like lust from when you was in Germany. You know what I'm saying? It's not real love, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna work. So when that failed, and it did, when that failed, I fell flat on my face, and I said, okay, let's get back on this music. And it was like, that was the rise of Supa right there. Lost friends. I was humiliated, bro. It was a humiliating moment for me in my life. 2012, the middle of 2012. So by September of 2012, I had dropped Supa Wayne Returns. And that was like my bouncing back moment. I got myself together, got back hustling. But I was hustling in uniform, bro.
Okay.
Like, I knew plugs. And I was the man they would least expect to be involved in anything. I'll just put it that way. I could speak freely on that. I didn't say I did anything. So you got a little bread coming your way. It's like, you know what? I need a new vehicle. My homie need a car. Let me get this Range Rover. Go get that Range Rover. Baby mama like.
Jelly Rolls Range Rover.
Yeah, Jelly Rolls Range Rover. All black.
Put that on there.
All black.
See that.
22-inch Shanties. I'm just like, ooh.
And everybody knows it's Jelly Rolls Range Rover. And like, man.
White people know. White people know.
Man, everybody knows Jelly Rolls.
I mean, but
they know Jelly Rolls.
But it's like the black folks didn't know that was his Range Rover. But white people knew. White people knew. Because I go out in the country, and at that time, like, I was big on. I was on Jungle Fever hard at that time. So I was a Jungle Fever junkie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't pull a black woman to save my life at that time. I had zero confidence, brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when Atlanta came in and changed all that. Shout out to the ATL. But we're going to get to that in a second. But that mixtape, I started doing shows left and right. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I'm at the college party. I'm just like, yo, like, y'all really feeling this. Okay, cool. Let's do some more stuff. I'm collaborating with other artists. I'm on the scene, for real. Like, I was on the scene, but I'm on the scene. See, now they see me as an artist, not a soldier. So when they look at you, they don't look at you as a soldier. But that changes things. Like, you see me for the work I'm putting in.
Right.
All right, cool. Now it's coming time for me to get out the Army. My brother, my best friend, met in Baltimore.
Okay.
Celebrity barber in Atlanta. He's like, yo, I'm seeing you working. So I would go down there on leave all the time since I got in the military and fly out to Atlanta, kick it with him and his entourage, meet such and such, be around stuff as the culture in Atlanta was rising and rising and rising. And now Atlanta's like something about to bust out there. Like, you can just see something about to change. Mm-hmm. And I get out there.
And what year is this?
2013.
And where are you in Atlanta?
Well, we had
Cobb County, Fulton County?
Our house was in Stockbridge. We was on the south side.
Okay.
But we was always in Fulton County on the west side.
Okay.
That's where we operated. The barbershop was right down Joseph E. Laurie and MLK.
Okay,
So I'm in the Bluff.
All right.
Kurt from Snow in the Bluff used to
Yeah.
get his haircut by my Mexican homie Migo every Wednesday, bro. Same guy from Snow in the Bluff. Like I'm around the corner from Bowen Home, Bankhead. I'm in Bankhead, bro. Right off of Simpson Road and all that. Like I'm there. Like that's why when people was trying to intimidate me, I said, boy, you don't know what I used to see. I used to see 14-year-olds get boys at the ATM, bro. 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk, coming from the club. Let me get that extended clip hanging off of it. What you gonna do? You gonna get that money up. You know what I'm saying? I seen real pressure. No choice. Pressure. So it's like, being in Atlanta, it made me see the reality. And I got to see the industry. I came out there thinking I was finna just, and I was ready. But then, shout out to my boy Corey B. He was the manager of this group called the Migos. And my brother, my best friend, who passed away, was Corey B's barber. All the parties we go to, we see everybody. That's how I met Rocco, 2 Chainz, Future, you name them. This is how I met the inner circle of ATL, from Lucci to Quavo to Young Thug. I used to be on Cleveland Avenue, bro, in the Rover, red Chucks on, chilling. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of Bloods in my family, like it's real, and I got Crips in my family. So like, I'm a real one. I could just but they know who I'm affiliated with. It's love. You know what I'm saying? It's good. So for me, it was like I felt at home in Atlanta, but I'm not a problem. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm not here trying to floss like I'm this guy. I'm just a guy blending in, chilling, and I do security. So everything's going to plan.
So Atlanta was the birth of you doing security?
That started in the military.
Okay.
Yeah,
you just kept on going with it.
I just kept with bread, boy. They pay well out there, bro.
Right.
Jewelry shops, Asian people be paying, boy.
No, I know.
So for me, like, just being around that energy, it was motivating. Rich Homie Quanta just came out with Type of Way. So it was like the hottest song in the city, Type of Way. It's like, okay, all right, it's cool. So it's motivating me. And then the Migos dropped Versace. I'm like, oh, this is different. That's some young boys that be a Corey B. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what is that flow? And then Drake hopped on it. I said, oh, it's over. That New York style with them bars and it's not gonna work no more. So I had to change it up, and that's when Maserati was born. I had to put that.
But you said the New York style with those bars had to go.
No, not. I'm talking about the beat style.
Okay,
sorry, the beat pattern.
Okay,
the beat pattern. Not necessarily had to go, but trap music was taking over.
Right.
I had to have a trap beat if I wanted to pop in Atlanta.
And you're absolutely correct, because for anyone who knows, Atlanta has numerous people from New York that moved to Atlanta.
Waka Flocka.
Yeah, so they had to adapt to that style too.
It's getting real now.
Right.
We get to the real story now.
Real quick, have you seen that video of Snoop talking about mumble rap?
No. Pull it up for us if you don't mind.
Watch this real quick.
I love to see what you guys say about this.
Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
Yeah, I seen this one. When did you say it? Let it go.
Now, mind you, peep game. When it came out, I used to party with like Dominicans, a lot of cats from New York. Like that was really in the dope game, right? He'd be out there all the time. Bobby Smurda had that song out too, so New York was still in the thing.
Right.
But it's like the South's been in the game. That's no secret. But Atlanta took that shit over and said, we taking the game. Fuck it. It's ours. And I watched it happen. From Migos dropping Versace, I literally watched the hip-hop culture change. And it was like 3 different A&Rs told me, if this would have been 6 years ago, you'd have been the perfect candidate for a record deal because we could have marketed you perfectly. But hip-hop is changing. They like that gangster. See, I could have been the Big Daddy Kane type, the gentleman with the swag. Get on anybody's track and murder the beat, no problem. But that's not what they trying to sign. Those Rich Jewish guys ain't trying to sign that. They want somebody that's dangerous, that's going to influence people to be more dangerous. Why you think they let young boys spit from the crib like that? The boy getting more money than everybody, and he's sitting in his house in the garage shooting a video.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's very crazy.
Marketing. If they want you to pop, you're going to pop. If they don't want you to pop, you're not going to pop. So when you realize it's like this, I had a decision to make. I'm doing shows, I'm having fun, but it wasn't what my homies is doing. They getting paid $5,000-$6,000 for a walkthrough. I'm walking in with them. I've been in Waka Flocka's party bus that drives all through the city. It's got 3 or 4 stripper poles in it. It doesn't make any sense, bro. I was like, this is a bus? Like, I've been around all of it. So I said, I can either try to make my way to the top and go broke, or I could take the respect that they're giving me and just let it ride. So the fact that I could sit there with Rocco and park my Range Rover by his all-white Rolls Royce on the curb in front of the clubs, we came like 15 deep, free band gang. I'm like, okay, all right, respect. This guy shaking my hand. I see Future. Pluto. See 2 Chainz. What's up, Tall? What's up, baby? 2 Chainz like 6'6". Walker like 6'5". Gucci like 6'6". These some big dudes.
Right.
Man. Some big dudes. They ain't no little small dude. You know what I'm saying? With T.I., you know, he tiny. That dude tiny. He like a little mouse, bro. Tip tiny, bro. But just being around the atmosphere and the fact that I was respected because certain people in their clique that made shit happen, promoters, engineers, weed man, I'm cool with them. So if they see me standing next to them, then you must be cool too.
Right.
So when I kept getting that respect party, then they go into mansion parties. Oh, the mansion parties, bro.
Almost like back in Germany. Huh?
Don't nah. We wasn't doing all that over there in Germany, dog. No. They wasn't doing that in Germany. They got a little.
In Korea they were though. Huh?
No. What happens in Atlanta stays in Atlanta, boy. As time turns, but no. I had to get up out of there. I had to get out. It wasn't for me, dog.
You was tired of Atlanta.
Real quick. Once I seen what the industry, I think you have an idea what I'm talking about.
We all do. We all do.
Once I seen what industry people do when they party with the people that invest in them, oh, that's a whole different party. That rich person can touch you any way he want to. It ain't nothing in front of your wife, bro. Now
That's
what?
sad.
Now what? They own you. I own the name that you represent when you rap. That name that's on your chain, I own that. But you wasn't smart enough to read your record deal line and own your own publishing, own your name, and own your own master. And I was like, dang, is this rap music thing what I want? So I got to sit down with an A&R from Epic Records.
Okay.
Sought me out. After the party at GM, he sought me out. And this is when everything went left out there. He sought me out, and I was like, all right, okay, I got a decision to make here. But this dude was offering me, like, a deal on the table where I could be, so I'm a songwriter. I could ghostwrite like a mug. Okay. I write a hook better for you than I would for myself in a verse. It's weird. I don't know how that works, but it's like when I write it for myself, it's like it's plain Jane ABC. You know what I mean? If that's how it feels. But if I have my own studio, my own beats, my own publishing, all this, all you got to do is give me distribution and give me songwriting credits. It's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna make money, but how are we gonna win off of you? And it's like, okay, well, that sounds like a good plan. I pitched him a good plan. I said, I even put money into it, so you ain't got to, like, I'm working a deal with him.
Right.
I'm about to get these people 10 bands. Let me in. 10 bands. Let me in. Go to lunch. Bottom Epic Records. Got a whole restaurant down there. Come back. Now, the guy was talking to me just like this. Yeah, man, so what we got to do is we got da-da-da-da-da-da. When he come back, this is how he talked to me. Okay, Mr. Jenkins. Da-da-da. What happened to that bass in your voice, bro? So that's the play I have to play with you now to get to the next level? Nah, I'm good. You want my soul, bro. I'm good. I almost died 30 times over there. God kept me alive for a reason. You ain't finna get it. And when I did that, me and my brother's relationships went. Because I didn't want to be the sacrificial lamb to get us to the next level as a songwriter in the industry. And all our people around us was making. Our homegirl, Breezy, I can show you a picture right now on my SoundCloud. Me, my brother, Breezy, the one that's on the show, All American.
Okay, yeah.
She was right there cutting hair in the barbershop with us. Yeah, we went to the release party when she was on Empire playing Chris Rock's daughter. Yeah, bro. I'm in the mix, bro. I'm that dude, bro. I'm that dude, but I don't act like it. I'm humble.
No, I know.
You know, I'm humble. But it's just good to see that people made it. People around me. I was around you when you was coming up. I had a part in you becoming who you are. That's a beautiful feeling. I'm in that, I'm in that root of that tree as a group. I'm in there. So, but I had a decision to make, and when that fell off me and my brother, that's how I ended up coming back to Lafayette, bro. I was like, nah.
So after Atlanta, you landed smack dead in Hub City.
Oh, man. It was like, my mom was like, look, it ain't working out the way you wanted to be, and I had a feeling that if I would have stayed in Atlanta, somebody would have took my life. Let's just be honest with you. I don't want to get into the details of that situation, but it was somebody that did not like me, that was cool. My brother, we fell out, and he was following me around, and I know what he was capable of, and I know what I'm capable of. So I didn't have time.
Yeah, how far it would have went.
I got children.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. I do.
Right.
And it's like, I don't have time to play this game because you ain't gonna be the only one gone. You know what I mean? I love my nephew. So it was a serious situation, bro. And I had a decision to make, and I was like, I just packed all my stuff up, threw it in my back of my Range Rover.
The one from Jelly Roll. you always got to.
And I was gone,
give Jelly
bro.
his
back to
flowers.
Lafayette. And when I say I got here, bro, I didn't know nobody.
And what year was that?
2016.
Okay, 2016.
I didn't know nobody. I was just a kid that came from Atlanta who had a whole bunch of celebrities on his Instagram. It didn't.
Why Lafayette?
Mama was here, man.
Okay.
Mama came here. She got a house, a beautiful home in Karen Crow. I was like, you know what? That's my OG.
Right.
And she was single at the time, happily married now, but single at the time. And I was like, I'll just come out there, get a place. And I'm like, all right, I'm finna get a place. She's like, you finna what? You finna get a what? I was like, I'm finna get, she didn't let me get my own spot. Like, I was like, no, I want you to get your mental health together. So when I started going to the VA.
Alexandra?
Yeah, they sent me to Alexandria.
They have one now out here. I see.
Yeah. Atlanta, 6 to 8 month wait. I got into it with the security guards over there and everything, bro. Everything. Like, it was a bad situation. Because when you get out, you get out the military and you're on Prozac, oh, you got to go do this and start all over. My problems didn't just end when I got out the Army. I need some medication. Now I'm going cold turkey. I went crazy. Like, I lost my mind. I dropped down to 177 pounds, bro. I ain't been that weight since I was like a sophomore in high school. That's how much stress and anxiety it hit me. So my mom was like, come home. Let's get you some help. Take him to the VA in Lafayette. See me 2 days later, not 6 to 8 months, 2 days. That's the difference between a city of 6 million veterans, or 6 million people, and a city of 200,000.
Okay.
You get seen like that. Send me to Alexandria. I'm sitting around a panel of doctors, about 8 of them. Like, what you been through? What happened? What's this about? What's that? Blah, 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 blah. What happened to your eye? Da, 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 da. They looked at my eye, did a CAT scan on my brain. Oh, you got a traumatic brain injury. What happened in Iraq? And started talking about some things and getting the detail about certain events. And, okay, we're going to get you some help. And that's when the treatment process started. And by the time, I'll say about 9 months later, I received my disability status at 100% for PTSD and various other things that I suffer from, And for me, that was a very, it was a moment of relief for me, because I was at a very low point at that time. I was like, my life is over. Everything I worked for, it's like I want to go hang out with all my famous friends. When you're in that lifestyle, bro,
right.
you feel like you one of them, but you are one of them. I'm at the Dreams pool party. The Dream. Mm-hmm. His pool parties is like, it's 20 dudes and like 70 girls.
Beautiful pool party.
You go back to Lafayette? Well, they say I talk too proper.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Right.
All right. So it's like, for me, it was just like, okay, all right. But Atlanta, like I said, it killed my jungle fever. I just put that out there. It was the most beautiful black women I've ever seen in my life. Prominent, educated, rich. I mean, black people, period. Like the mecca of millionaires, black millionaires, self-made, with their own sky-rise buildings. You only see that in Atlanta.
That's what I heard.
And
That's what I heard.
It motivated me just as an entrepreneur, speaking with knowledgeable people. I learned so much. It wasn't just about hanging out with celebrities. I learned a lot about myself and the confidence that I gained, how to speak to people. It wasn't like, it went from I'm terrified to Ain't a phone number I can't get. That's the level of the shift, the paradigm shift that happened in Atlanta, because it was eat or get eaten and go back to the wherever you came from. You either gonna eat in this city or you gonna get ate. And I was out there eating, bro. Getting to the money, learning game, soaking up game, learning where not to be, where to be, what's popping, what's not popping. And just, like I said, just soaking up game. It was so many things. I met religious people out there, Muslim brothers I'm still in contact to this day, that just they made me open my mind. They're like, man, do you really know what's going on in this world? Do you really know why you was at war? It's spiritual warfare. And then when I started looking at it from a different text, I was like, a different point of view, different plane of existence, like just looking at a different realm. It's like, oh, this is deep. You start looking at people different, seeing the energy that they have. You see the demons inside of them. Like it just got real. Like things started changing inside of me, and I was like, okay. When I started seeing people differently, I started hanging out with people differently. And when I started seeing the truth inside of people, that's when I was like, okay, nah, I'm not gonna do business with you, and that's how me and my brother fell off. I started seeing those same problems in him.
Well, 2016, you in Lafayette. You in Lafayette, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So you was doing music in Atlanta, which you decided just to follow your passion this way also?
Yeah, for me, I've had the most fun as far as putting out music since I've been out here. Like, it was fun in the military, it was fun in Atlanta, but Atlanta was more like mixtape style, more like singles and stuff like that. Like, not really singles, it was just more mixtape music. I was just putting stuff out there, and then I would just go perform it, and they'd be like, oh, that boy go hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was cool with that. I was boy that went hard and hung out with such and such. So when I got to Lafayette, I didn't realize how many artists were out here. Like, I go out, I see I got this person. I meet Sko Money. I meet MC Hot Rod. I meet DJ Rocky. I meet Legend DJ, who's one of my best friends. That's my brother right there, Legend, man. That's my dog. My son.
Gotta get you on the show, Legend.
Oh, you got to, man. I'm gonna get him over here. But you know, when I started hanging around, you know, just different. You know, I met Chaotic. You know, he was one of the first people I met. All-Star Will as well, from Truman. So I'm meeting different people and just seeing how they operate. I'm like, okay, you dropping music, okay? You dropping music over here, all right? You drop music, all right, let me see how I can fit it. I'm gonna do a track with you. All right, UG Havoc, let's do something. UG Havoc is a monster.
Yeah, he is.
Monster.
He is.
To this day, my cousin said he ate me up on my own track. It's called Knock at the Door. It's on my first album called Who's Maserati Supa. And I wasn't looking at it as like I'm competing with him. I was trying to make a dope track with him. I seen him performing in Legacy. I'm like, man, that boy go hard. Like, I got to get on track with him. And when I went back and listened to it, I was like, damn, he did eat me up on my own track. That never happens. That never happens.
So it was just like, man, these guys got talent around here.
It was DJ Lex that told me that, DJ Sexy Lex. He told me that by when Empire was open briefly, I played the song. And he was like, yeah, man, you went hard, but Havoc ate you up on that, my dog. I'm like, nah, he ain't eat me up. I mean, nah, he ate you up, and you need to go back and do your verse. I'm like, what?
Like, he kept it real with you. He kept it real.
A buck with me. But after that, I was like, all right, every song I get on, I'm just going to, you know, man, look, I'm pulling out butcher knives, crossbows, machetes, you know, throwing knives, ninja stars, grenades, everything. And whoever get on the track with me, you better come with us. I'm like, it was Havoc brought that monster out of me. But it was just like, it's seeing how competitive people are around here, you know, and see how much talent is around here, bro. If Lafayette was closer to like an Atlanta or Houston was an hour away, there'd be a lot of signed artists out here from country, soft rock. You know, I've been around the Freetown area.
Okay.
Hung out with those guys. You know, shout out to Porch Squad.
Shout out to Porch Squad.
That's my guys right there.
Mike P.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Black, Temp, man, show off. It's like being around those different groups and then performing at Bisbanos, I was able to reach out to South Side, the hippie crowd, the North Side, the country. And once one promoter or one DJ from there, took one person just said, Maserati Supa. I heard that name before. It started turning, I heard, oh, you Maserati. What's that mean? You know what I'm saying? Getting my name out there, but my name really didn't manifest in Lafayette in the hood until that situation with me and Big Menace.
You can't elaborate on it?
Oh, shit, no problem. We grown, man.
You know, I wasn't going to ask you about that, but I guess it's a part of your journey.
That gave me shine.
It's a part of your journey.
It's part of my journey, bro. Like, I mean, if I seen Big Menace right now outside, I would just nod my head and walk past. I'm over that. Like, that situation is dead.
It's good.
Like,
it's good.
That was 2018, bro. It was 2023.
The party was lit, though. Before all that, the party was lit. I seen the footage.
So, it's just like that situation there was a misunderstanding from one of his own friends. I don't know how. Like, I think my biggest regret is me trying to be the nice guy in that situation. I should have just gave him what he asked for. When he put on my page, oh, you trying to say I did this? No, well, blah, blah, blah. What he said, you was next to a neighbor. Well, come fight me. I ain't gonna fight you. I should just fought him. Just gave him what he wanted. We could have walked away. And none of this bull crap that transpired out of the project. I should just gave it to him. Just let him have it. All of it. Just gave it to him. But I was trying to be the right guy, and being the right guy in a city of people who don't give a fuck. They'll act irrational anywhere in Lafayette. Yeah. I didn't know where I was living.
Right. You didn't understand the demographics.
I didn't understand. So when me and his homeboy got into it, the one that would live next door to him, he was, pressing the issue, getting on Facebook. If I see your family in the store, I'm like, all right. I'm going to school for criminal justice at the time at Remington. I can't incriminate myself. I'm going to lose everything I'm working for. Right. I still went over there at Casey Park and beat the brakes out of the boy. Sheriff's at my mama's house about 6 hours later. I beat him like a redheaded stepchild in Kmart. Boy,
in Kmart?
Yeah.
Damn, that's what
he laughing. But,
Kmart.
What about 5 of these locks, bro? You see, it's different. There's some of them missing. They still growing. When you beat somebody so bad that they got to pull the locks out your head, bro.
In Kmart,
man. Like a redheaded stepchild in Kmart, my brother. It was bad, bro. But I felt like an example needed to be set. It was like, all right, I'm nice, but don't fuck with me. And then my family got involved, and my mom was like, whoa, but they ain't finna fight nothing. I'm the fist fighter. They on some other shit. So we gotta pump the brakes here, because now the laws is looking. And I'm cool with law enforcement. I'm going to school I'm doing community events in River Ranch. You know what I mean? I'm involved in the community. I can't be caught in no BS.
Right.
And some of them knew that. Like, we're gonna jam them up. But it happens, bro. Like, I've seen him tell other people, the situation dead, blah, blah. I know what it is, and he knows what it is. We don't have to get into no detail. And I'll just leave it at that. He knows what time it is. I know what time it is.
Now, after that, proceed with
others, tried to do things. Diss tracks came, and a diss track was thrown my way. I did a diss track back, and then me and my boy Toon, rest in peace, my boy Toon.
Rest in peace, Toon.
I miss my brother, man. We dropped our album together, No Competition.
You got to hold it down for Toon.
Yeah.
Give us another album. Or give Toon another album.
I got to, man. I did Wrath of the Con. I put some of the tracks that we did that was unreleased. I put it on that album. The one I got DJ Memphis on. Shout out to DJ Memphis and Paper Route ENT. Rest in peace, Flipper, Young Dolph. But with Toon, it was like he let me be myself. But he's from New Orleans, and he's a monster, and when you put a monster, it was like the gangster and the gentleman type reality with us. Like, he was the bad boy and I'm the good guys dressed, you know what I'm saying? But it fit. We was brothers, you know what I'm saying? We brothers. And it was like when I got with him, I wasn't afraid to get raw. Like, I said, let's just drop this project, and I put Minna's government name and I put Louisiana's government name in the first I didn't care. I'm just gonna put it in my music. It's either that or we fighting. We're going to war. It's one or the other. We're going to rap about it, we can go to war. And my mama already told me, you're not going to war with nobody. Like, that's what's in my way. I listen to my mother.
Right, as you should.
Yeah, so, I just put it in the music. We shot a video called They For Real. We had all the guns in it, and we shot it right there in Country Acres. I put all my homeboys in there. And, I just let them know, like, look, I hear you, but I want you to hear me. These are my guns that I'm holding in this video. I ain't never heard a word from none of them since. None of them.
Well, thank the Lord it didn't escalate.
Thank the Lord it didn't have to escalate something. That's
why
I put the video out. I said, well, since everybody's real, let's be real. Let's be real. I'll be real for one song, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking.
Do you think each and every person has their own definition of real?
Yeah, obviously. I've seen people that are the fakest people I've ever seen walk the earth, and they get praised around here. And I know enough people. I have family that's law enforcement,
But when you know better, you do better.
You do, yeah, exactly. So if you out here, popping like you that dude, but you done snitch on all your homies, and why you still that dude? and everybody knows you snitch on your homie.
For real.
Like, I don't understand it. That's why
I don't
I stay
understand
away.
that.
I
I
stay
don't
away
understand
from
that shit
people. It's
neither.
like
I
once I
understand
see
that
it's
shit
a
neither.
clout chasing environment,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool. My boy, get your money. Get your money. Get your money. But I gotta, some of y'all, because of the people that you hang around, I gotta keep my distance.
Correct.
When I see you, it's love, my brother. If somebody try to square with you, I'm gonna knock them beside his stuff. But I gotta keep my distance because I just don't like certain people's energy, bro.
Right.
And a lot of people don't like my energy because they know I see right through them. If you know I'm really been in the field, I've really been in that shit. Really around them boys while they working. Really been in trap houses where the women ain't got no clothes on and face masks. And they up in there cooking some stuff that stink. Like, I've been in there, bro.
Well, we know what you was doing in there.
No, I wasn't doing nothing.
We know. The women was naked and you was pulling.
No.
You wasn't working
Nobody
on
had no
that.
time. But
You was in there pulling.
I was walking through, going from one room to the next, bro.
Yeah,
Anyway,
in private pulling.
security.
Yeah.
Security. I've been security
I'm
for a
messing
lot
with
of
you.
No,
I'm
but
fucking with you,
security,
bro.
though.
Right.
Security. Everybody need a shooter. But I knew living in Atlanta doing that, you're going to get killed. One of them, somebody going to be like, well, I got to take him out so I can get to this guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be that guy that got taken out on that Tuesday afternoon for no reason. You
At
know
the
what I'm
hookah
saying?
lounge.
At the hookah lounge.
Yeah.
No, that's not me. So,
Off of Peachtree.
man, look, Peter Street at that, Escobar. But,
So after all that,
yeah, man.
we're here to see, you continued on.
Yeah, I've had 5 albums out, bro, since I moved here. I've released 5 albums, Who's Maserati Supa, Ether, No Competition with Tune, Everybody Hates Super, and Wrath of the Khan. Everybody Hates Super, I'm dealing with a label right now that it's a little issue with one of my tracks, so they took it down off all platforms. I'm about to put it back up. And that was my hardest, most streamed album. It's called Everybody Hates Super. That's the one I had the little graduation, my whole graduation outfit when I graduated criminal justice, and I'm holding my degree on the album cover.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was the one. I had Tune on there, my boy Marley on there. I had Flock of Trent on there. Like, that album had so much energy. My boy Jay Hustle from Baton Rouge, Johnny Hustle. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I got to top that album. So when I did Wrath of the Khan, I got with DJ Memphis. It was, me, MC Hot Rod, Code Black, Norman, a few other guys. We all went to Memphis. A bunch of us. B1 from the Zip, Cloud Gang Dubs from the Zip. We all went to Memphis and did a little performing out there. Then we went to Atlanta, performed in front of some A&Rs out there. Did our thing out there. But me and DJ Memphis got cool because I opened up for Dolph.
Rest in peace, Dolph.
Back in 2012. And that's like one of the highlights of my life. So brought that up to him. Oh, okay, man, so you go way back. And we just been tight. So I was like, hey, man, you want to host this project? I'm doing it. Hell yeah. Like, we chop it up every week. You know what I'm saying? It's a good dude. DJ Memphis is a real one. That's Key Glock's official DJ, by the way. So having him host that, and then he put it on Spinrilla. It was on the cover of Spinrilla for like a month. My album, Wrath of the Khan, yes. DJs was seeing it, so people started following me left and right. They're like, hey, I like that song, Little Booties Matter, man. Like, I'm going to spin that at the strip club. I'm like, go ahead. And shout out to DJ Eric Brown, man. Like, he'll break your record in the Atlanta area, bro. He broke Run to the Money in for me, man. Like, they was running with that one. Watch how I Run to the Money. You probably on the Q95. Shout out to Dobie D, DJ Dobie D. That's the OG right there.
What was the process of getting that on the radio on 95 here?
Oh, that's funny. I'd actually met up with Dobie D through Sexy Lex, and I sent him some music at the Cajun Dome. He was doing the all red and the all black parties. So he was playing my songs.
Legendary parties.
Yeah, legendary. Crazy ratio. He was doing he was playing the song in there. So people was jamming to it. He just didn't know, he didn't have a face behind the song. So we went to Memphis. I performed Run to the Money. And everybody was like, okay, Dobie D seen the recording of everybody from Lafayette that performed, but he was like, who is that? Who's that guy? That's Maserati. That's Maserati? I need his phone number. Called him up. Hey, man, I said, bro, I got music on me. I got music I ain't even put out. Like, I could drop an album tomorrow if I wanted to, just from old tracks. Like, that's how much music I got. I got a bunch sitting in Dream Studio right now. I got over at Titan Sound Lab right now. I got music still in Atlanta. Like, it's whatever. But, oh, damn, I almost lost my train of thought. I was going too fast. What was I just saying? What was it?
About Adobe. How did Adobe get your music?
Adobe. So I'm at Burlington working loss prevention management, and I call him up, and I'm like, hey, you know, you want to link up, da-da-da-da. He's like, man, send me this, send me that. Next you know, I'm working security, and people like, hey, man, that song Run to the Money, man. No, that song Going Live, you got with Trill from the Backstreet, man. That thing go hard, my brother. That thing slap, my brother. Yeah, man. I'm just like, I'm working security, and people starting to tell me my music go hard. I didn't even know they knew I did music. They know the bulletproof vest, badge, all that. And they like, man, you, yeah, bro, you right, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. So when people from the streets, when the street starts talking, you verify. Right. It's like, all right, cool. It doesn't matter what this guy is saying anymore. It doesn't matter what he's posting about with his point of view. The work is doing the talking. And I told him years ago, there's gonna come a time where nobody's gonna know your name, and he's still gonna know mine. Now we're at that time.
Yes, sir.
You know, like I put in the work just here alone, as if I just started all over as an artist, which I did. And I think I got the same thing that I got in Atlanta, respect. That's all I wanted. Once I got in Atlanta, I want the same thing here. I want respect. Don't try me. I'm him. You know, it's a smaller town, so I can't act how I want to act like I was in Atlanta. So I got to be smart. So it's like, but don't try me. So now that I see that the formula is working, after Wrath of the Con, it was just like, man, I don't feel like I got nothing to prove around here. Like, as a local artist, like, if I'm trying to prove something to myself, like, that thing went hard. Like, I was snapping on Wrath of the Con. Like, I was like, all right. And my cousin like, well, I think everybody hates Super. Shout out to my cousin Trey, my Pelusas. He said, I think everybody hates Super went harder than Wrath of the Con. And I'm just like, how? He's like, well, I guess you're just going to have to make another album and see if you can top it.
Yeah. You know?
So I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
I'm working on that.
What do you have in the works, in the making as of right now?
I'm working on an album that's more catered towards me and the life I'm living now, not so much of what I was doing in Germany or Korea and the bottle popping and the girls. I'm not living that life no more, bro. I got a good woman at home. We got a baby girl about to be born in March, my brother.
We want to hear the mental space Maserati Supa is in.
Maserati Supa is at peace, bro. Like I'm 100% at peace. You know, I still have my battles with children, baby mom, whatever, but it's out of my control. It's like, you know, when it comes to situations like that, I just told myself, well, if you really wanted me in our child's life, my child would be down here every summer. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to put energy into a situation I can't control. I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to focus on my baby boy, focus on my 11-year-old daughter, and little man, who my girl has a son, him, and our baby girl that we about to bring to this world. And that's what the love is at. Appreciate it, brother. Like, that's what the love is at. Because dating for me, when I got out here, bro, it was hard, bro. Because I didn't know nothing about no country girls from Louisiana. Nothing. I met a few when I was in the Army, and they was tough as nails. Some from Baton Rouge, some from Iowa, Welsh. Like, I was meeting country girls, man. So, like, coming out here, it was like, okay, they all can cook. Most of them. They can cook, but I got to find the one that's not in the club.
The one that's for you. The one that's for you.
And lo and behold, she was on my trail for a good minute.
Well, you Maserati Supa.
Yeah, she seen that I was acting, you know, in New Orleans doing the movie backgrounds and stuff like that. So she seen me out there in New Orleans in front of the camera. I'm sitting there with Henry Simmons and Joy Bryant from Antoine Fisher, like right there, you know, shooting the show Cherish Today. Okay. Season 3, I'm on that. So, you know, she was watching, and I post something about my child, and she'd be like, hey, it's going to be okay, this, that, and the third. Like, I'm like, dang, she ain't trying to ask to link up. And like, it was real. Mm-hmm. So when I actually went and seen who she was, like, you know, I seen, like, on her page, I'm like, dang, who's this girl on my Facebook? On the story, on the all white. I'm like, okay, I see. Go to the page, go to the message. I was about to send her a message, 12 o'clock. She already been sending me messages. You been okay? I'm just like, that's what girl from the store I used to Joseph with. Oh. You mind if I come by this other? All right, I'm gonna come by my scrubs tomorrow. You know, I was in school for massage therapy at the time. I'm gonna come by them scrubs, them all whites on. You know, the rest was history. Got the number, the rest is history. Happily ever after. We don't argue, we don't fight, bro. And this is what I needed because I've made my mistakes, bro. I done fucked up. I done messed up, over and over again. Like, didn't you learn from the last time? Do the same mistake again, but a different way. I have too much knowledge obtained in my brain to make those type of mistakes unless that's really who you want to be. Like, you know, it's like I've had my karma. I've had karma on karma on karma on karma. Earned it, rightfully so, signed for it, all right? I'll take that charge. But now it's like, all right, you know the game. Go out there and live it. Raise your children to be great. You know the game. So who holds you accountable? The great I am. So it's like I got to rap like that too. You know, I got to do the same thing with my music. I got to just put it out there, all the knowledge that I have. And it's harder because I'm changing up the subject matter in my music. So it's like I'm not talking about just popping bottles all day. It's more to life than just popping bottles and wearing nice watches and driving fast cars. What's really going on in the world? There's people out here starving. Why don't you talk about what's going on in your community? Why aren't y'all buying the block back instead of just buying useless foreign cars that cost $80,000, $90,000 when three of y'all could take $89,000 together and buy the whole area and rebuild it?
Correct. Yep.
Why aren't we doing that? See, when I started thinking like that, I started losing friends. And it's cool.
You started losing the friends.
A lot of them. Colleagues and all. Like, so y'all just about going to Miami every month and just partying, going to Vegas and just smashing everything up and stripping the hotel. Like, no, bro, let's make a change.
Well, we're a little over time. And I'm going to have to cut it short. But could you plug everybody in with your handles on social media and
you
therefore where they can find
social media at Maserati Supa, Maserati_Supa on Instagram. If you type that in on Google, Maserati Supa, just like the car Maserati, space, SUPA, type that in. My entire catalog will pop up, all platforms. Just type it in on Google. It's official tissue, baby. Official tissue. And I appreciate the time you had me. That's how you know some good stuff. It's hot in here, boy.
Right.
It's hot, boy. I ain't seen my VA psychiatrist in like 2 years. I feel like I did the therapy session or something. Man.
Well, I'm glad. That's what I try to get people, you know, that type of feeling in the
It's
interview.
good, bro.
I'm glad.
I could be myself in here, bro. But I'm telling y'all stuff that I hadn't even told people around me. So people gonna be listening and be like, I didn't know that.
Well, it's going to be part 2 with Maserati Supa.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a part 2. We got to get into politics and religion. We got to get it.
Now, as we wrap up, I got one more question.
Come on.
Go ahead.
It's an Atlanta question. My mom, she got this really nice job in Atlanta, splits per time between Louisiana and Atlanta, so I go there a couple times a year now. And I'm on a mission from God to find the best lemon pepper wet in Atlanta. Do you have any recommendations? And if you say Magic City, I'm going to be upset.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to go run into Lemon Pepper Lou.
Blue Flame got some good wings, too. But, oh, man, just gave me a memory. I would say, some of the best ones I had was Mr. Everything's.
Where's that at?
On the west side. I don't know if it's still there, because I haven't been there in a while. But it was right there on Joseph E. Laurie and MLK. And it's a New Orleans-style restaurant. And they literally put everything in that bucket, like everything.
Well, when you said New Orleans style, I know it was everything. It was overdressed.
Oh, my God. It was so many calories.
No shade.
I'm about to make some wings tonight. Damn.
But lemon pepper, though, that's my favorite. So shout out to lemon pepper wings. I see you, Rick Ross, Rose.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Well, I'm Pakman James, and my guest, Maserati Supa. We live on the Poker Room. Magnificent Carter Seminole behind the board. And we out.
And be looking for that album, Samson, dropping this summer.
This podcast is part of the Acadiana Cast Network. Go to acadianacast.com for more locally sourced content.